Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. Today we are looking at the final one of the three that I bought, the Huda Wild Jaguar. So it's kind of a dark, smoky, purpley type of thing, yeah? Anyways, you know the drill, I've done some swatches, I've done a tutorial, and I have a review. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then do please keep on watching. Okay, so we have the Wild Jaguar here, and it looks like this. I mean, it's the, could you say it's the least colourful, like in the sense that like it's dark, I guess? I don't know, I quite like this. It's a nice kind of wintry theme. So yeah, let's have a little look. I might just kind of go through these again. So far, the feel is nice, kind of quite buttery, particularly the shimmers. Now, bearing in mind, I do have like moisturizer, etc. on my face, so that is going to impact things, probably gives them a different surface. This, I'm going to see what the middle shade is like, because that's the one that has like the textured imprint, and from the other palettes, they were kind of a little bit kind of hard pressed, so we'll see what that's like. Yeah, you can kind of feel it, but it's a nice sort of a colour, because there's yeah, it's quite sparkly. Yeah, well, we'll see what it looks like, and we'll swatch. There we go. Doesn't look anything amazing when swatched, but sure, look, swatches don't give us the full picture. So then it's kind of like, well, why are you doing it, Teresa? Why not? Why not? And then very last three, I do like that there's a black. Doesn't feel like it's the best black, in my opinion. Don't come for me. Best black is the Underworld from Lowe's Cosmetics Underworld palette. Are we surprised? Okay, that is the same shade as me. I am that colour. Interesting, interesting. And covered this spot and these spots. There you go. That's the whole thing. It's a really nice kind of dark sort of a palette. I think that's quite interesting. So the next part is obviously figuring out what to do with it on the face lids. You'll notice I'm in slightly different surroundings. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, who knows? But I'm back in Carlo and I'm starting back at work today. Well, like back on site. Anyways, I'm taking this Jessup 223 and I'm going into this colour, which, by the way, is essentially my skin tone. Wait till you see. But it's good to kind of help blend these shades out. But yeah, back in, like on site, on work again. I have some news on that, which I will be sharing in a little bit, like not in this video, but later. My Patreons know what the story is. I'm very nervous about going back to work for various reasons that I can't actually say on camera. Again, my Patreons know what the story is. So, actually, I decided to leave this palette to be one of the last ones that I did, so that I could have a bit of bad bee energy when doing it. I'm taking this Jessup JE05 and I'm going into this shade here. Now this pulls quite kind of grey on me, which is kind of what I wanted on this. So it's not really a purple, but it's like a purpley grey, just FYI. So just kind of popping that on. I'm not being wildly precise on anything because whatever, it's work, who cares? I don't care, but I could if I wanted to, yeah. Anyone who watches Crazy Ex-Girlfriend knows what that was about. If not, sorry. But yeah, I'm back in my place in Carlo. I've been with my parents for quite some time because I was like, oh, I'm going to spend the summer with them. And I had only planned on like staying a month with them. But then you see my dad got sick and I figured I would stay to help. So that's kind of what happened there. And yeah, I'm back now, but between kind of the fact that I've been moving back and forth so often over the last, what, year and a half, this room, this makeup room is a tip. This, by the way, fades out into almost, it's a little bit patchy, but you can work with it, and I don't really mind too much because obviously I'm laying it down as a foundation for the bit of the black. But anyways, yes, it's a little bit of a tip because there's just things all over the place. Now, I have a lot of stuff here that I haven't even used. I know. And it's like things like Revolution and Morphe and blah, 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 blah. And at this point, I don't think I will actually end up using it. So I'm kind of half thinking that I may just gather up the stuff that I don't think I'm going to end up using and maybe like gift it to Patreons, like to a giveaway or something. If they want it. If not, then I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe bring it to like a charity shop and like, you know, donate it there or something. I don't know, because I don't really feel like getting money for it, because like they're kind of, I don't know. Maybe I should sell them on. I don't know. I have not thought this through. But yes, anyways, just bringing it down here. Blendy, blendy, smooshy, smooshy. But you can tell I'm nervous because I'm just like chatting absolute bloody nonsense. I'm using this Jessup JE03, and now I'm going into this shade here, which is kind of a little bit darker. Really nice kind of a transition shade. So just popping that there, packing that in. So it was a really long journey back. It was about 3.5 hours of a drive, 4 if you make stops. And I obviously had Cece in the car with me. I didn't bring Cinnamon because Cinnamon has to have an operation on his eye today actually. So he stayed with my parents so that they could kind of take care of him and make sure that, you know, he was looked after, because obviously with me being back in work, I wouldn't be there to look after him, and they're retired. So they're like, yeah, we'll look after our grand cat. And I was like, thank you. So he's back there and we're going to wait until he's recuperated to bring him down. So it's just me and Cece. Didn't bring down Darcy because Cinnamon is scared of Darcy. And I figured I'd bring down Cinnamon, get him used to the place, and then bring down Darcy. So that it's not like too much in his little system. That was my rationale. I am now using this Jessup 230 and I'm going into the black. Is it the best black? No, but it's actually not bad at all. And I can't remember them having done any black. Was there? I don't think there was even a black, like Huda having done a black. Don't think, was there a black in the Huda Mercury retrograde? I feel like there wasn't. Maybe I'm just like misremembering things, like one of those Nelson Mandela effects. Like some of the world remembers there being a black, and then I'm just sitting here like la 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 la. Entirely possible. Entirely possible. But yeah, like drove down, and Cece, not a bloody peep out of her. She's so used, you see, to travelling that she's like, oh, okay, I'm in my little, it's not little actually, it's quite a big carrier because I like her to have a certain amount of room. But she was like, yeah, I'm in my carrier and just going, has a little sleep now. And I was like, oh my God, my precious girl. She's so good. Just taking this Jessup 227, can you tell I like Jessup, and just do swooshy swooshy. It has a little bit of product on it from when I was blending on the other eye, but nothing major. And just swooshy swooshy. But yeah, she was so chilled, and just listened to music on the way down, and I hadn't heard Newton Faulkner in the longest time, and I was like, oh, all right, I'm going to put on some Newton Faulkner. And I was like, why have I not listened to him in so long? Like, his music was just, or is, there's nothing, he's still alive, Jesus, Teresa. But his music is so like joyful and fun, and like, he's so talented. Just taking a bit more of the black, and just pop it in there, swooshy, 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 swooshy. And then, oh, it really annoyed me because I came back, and I had sent stuff to the lovely Wilma, who I'm doing R&R with this week, and I had sent her stuff, and I was like, yay, and I put down my address in Carlo here as the return address. They never like properly sent it. They said there was something about documentation. I was like, I've never had to do that with anyone in Canada before. Huh? So yeah, I need to figure that out, because I just got her a few like tiny little bits, like nothing major. But I want to send them on because she deserves them and she's fabulous. So yes. Anyways, I'm going to cut the crease now. I'm also going to use this Collection Glam Crystal kind of glitter liner in the shade Glitz 1. I'm going to do that off camera. You don't need to see that. It's boring. So, right, the cut crease is on. Da-da-da-da. Don't know what that was about. Anyways, taking the trusty, the tried and tested, much loved Jessup 237. This is almost entirely Jessup stuff. Anyways, I'm going into the middle shade here. Again, these kind of pans in the Huda, because they have the detail work on them, they're a little bit more hard pressed. This is very pretty. Now, I'm kind of wondering what it would look like on a black base. I think it would look beautiful on a black base, but I figured I'd put it on like just a normal base for the moment for today because I'm going to work. I have had people kind of being like to me, oh my god, do you wear your makeup out and about? I'm like, I do, of course I do. Yeah, I don't care what people think. I do my makeup for me. Don't do it for no one else. La 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 la. I mean, it's not quite like Elena going to Walmart, but like, you know, this is my version. Like, Teresa goes to a Catholic college. Haha. Same brush again, and I'm going into this shade now. It's kind of a deeper shade. I don't think there's enough kind of variation between these two. Like, I think this needed to be a touch darker. I also think they're not as kind of buttery as they maybe need to be. They're not bad, like, but when you think of the price tag, you're kind of like, I want you to apply yourself to my eyelid. Or is that just me? Am I being really I probably am being horribly unreasonable. That would not be the first time. Just saying. And obviously I'm going to be doing my under eyes as well. I'm taking this 237 and I'm going into this shade here. I'll do my under eyes off camera just because, well, that's what I normally do. I don't need to justify myself to you guys because we're all friends here, aren't we? See, this applies kind of a little bit better than that previous one. I have a little bit more pigment. It's quite an interesting, almost, what is it, gunmetal sort of a grey. I like it, you know? Not a bad one, not a bad one. And then I'm going into this shade here. Again, I don't think there's enough variation between this. Now this is a little bit more of a greeny goldy grey, which I know sounds very odd. But when you see them together, there isn't that much of a variation. And in my opinion, not enough to kind of warrant them being two different colours. Maybe that's just, am I being, again, totally unreasonable? Probably. More than likely. So take everything I say with an absolute pinch of salt, because it's just who I am. I am taking this Morphe M562, don't even have to look at it because I know what it is, and I'm just sweeping across. I'm not even like kind of going between each colour, I'm just broadly sweeping across the lid because I want it to be a little bit messy, a little bit kind of grungy and all together-y. So it's all good, it's all fine. Swooshy, 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 swooshy. Because this is like a quick look for me of, I'm going to work. I need to look relatively presentable. Channel your inner Moira Rose. Here at Humberving's Vineyard. Sorry. Taking the 237 again, and I'm going into the gold. I'll probably use a certain amount of that on the lower lash line, but I'm just taking a little bit and popping it in there. Again, not wildly pigmented, which I was kind of like, oh damn. But your look, it is what it is. These are all very first world problems. You know, we're not going to start a Trocro campaign over that anytime soon. I'm using this Melt Cosmetics Transition brush, and I've taken a bit more of the black on, and I'm just going to do a little blendy, a little swooshy, swooshy. Need to bring it down here. Don't know why I'm talking like this. How many of you guys have actually returned to on-site working? I know that my UK friends, quite a few of you guys have. How have you found that? Has that been tricky? Because like in my mind, it feels tricky. It's really interesting how there's way more black above this eye than this eye. So like, do they match? No. No, they do not. But you know what? We are just, we're dealing with it. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's not, everything's awful. It's fine. I'm gonna be not dramatic today. For once. That'd be nice. Yeah, that's
So I'm gonna F off, do the rest of my face, do the under eyes, all that sort of thing, and I'll come back and I'll tell you what I think. I'm back and I'm ready for work. Well, as ready as a human can be for work. You know, I took a bit of the gold and I put it on the lower lash line. I was surprised, kind of did a bit more smoky outy, nothing huge because I'm like, it's work, who cares? Kind of hoping I have a little bit of bad bee energy, as much as I can. I don't think I'm very much of a bad bee. Anyways, I'm going to zoom you in now so you can see what the finished eye look looks like. So this is it. Super, super simple, you know, semi-cut crease, partial cut crease, whatever. And some of the shimmers. Cherie. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that leaves us to talk about what I think of this palette, the Wild Jaguar. Now there's a certain amount of kick up in the pan, just FYI. Like, there is a bit of spillover. I think these two shades are a little bit too similar. Ditto with these two shades, weirdly. They look quite similar on the eye. I could have done without this shade because it's pretty much my skin tone. There's not really much point. Again, this is kind of quite hard pan. You do kind of have to, not a bad black, have to say. Not the best, but not a bad black at all. I like the colour story. I like the idea of this. Its execution, however, I feel does not warrant the price. If this was €15, then I'd be like, yeah, go ahead and get it. I like it. And I like the look that I came up with. However, I don't think the shimmers, etc. are anything to write home about and get all excited about. I don't think this warrants the price tag. So for that reason, I would actually give this a 6 out of 10. I know that seems quite harsh, but it's €30. That's a lot of money for 9 shadows. There's better out there, let's be real. But that's it. That's the whole kit and boodle. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can find out more videos that I'm doing over here. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that's it. That's the end of the video and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.